Hey party people, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl tramsue here and I'm back again with another video for you guys. In today's video we are starting a new series called FaceTime Fridays, which basically is just us kikiing it up as if we were on FaceTime, talking about different topics that you guys send in or I feel that are important for those 20 somethings. So I'm super excited about today's video. I want to go ahead and get right into it, but before I do so, I want to know if you are subscribed. If you are not, over here as a party people, we celebrate life every single day, and why wouldn't you want to be a part of that? So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and we can get right into it. I want to talk about my dating history first because I don't think you can plan a successful future without reconciling your past, and I think it's important. I have dated 2 men in my entire life. I dated my high school sweetheart from, I believe, my sophomore year of high school into my sophomore year of college, somewhere around there. And then my last partner I dated from my senior year of college until August of 2021. So I date people for long periods of time, but I don't date a lot, or haven't dated a lot of people. And to me, I feel like I've learned a lot through experience and bumping my head and making mistakes in relationships instead of learning from people in my life, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't have a blueprint of what a successful marriage looked like, a healthy marriage looked like, or anything like that. I didn't have that. I kind of just learned on my own, made the mistakes on my own. And of course, you know, you wish you would have known what you didn't know, but I am glad that those mistakes and those choices brought me to the person I am today, and brought me to the decision to not date at all for this next year. And honestly, I feel like heartbreak has been a catalyst in my growth, especially with this last breakup. It made me realize that choosing myself will be the best decision that I ever make, and investing in myself will never be a mistake. After my last breakup, I realized that although I am entering adulthood and womanhood and all those good things, and I'm still learning who I am, I did not want to have any other outside influences impacting who I am becoming. I have a very clear vision of the woman that I would like to be, and I'm slowly becoming her, but I realized that being in a relationship weighs heavily on the turnout of that, right? And not for everybody. I'm speaking specifically for me. I know that when I get into relationships, I put 110% into it, and a lot of times it is a distraction for me, especially career-wise. Like, when I get into relationships, I just want to be around that person 24/7, and of course build with that person and do everything with that person, but I don't give that same 110% to the things that I need to be given it to. For example, my career. I would have never taken the leap to be a full-time model, be a full-time influencer, if I would have stayed in my last relationship. And I know that about myself now, so knowing that information and being self-aware, it's easy for me to say, no, I'm okay with dating. I also see this dating pool, it's like, girl, I'm good. I'm alright. I am okay, right? Because I do not believe the options are slim, but I do believe that the dating population is heavily influenced, well, not influenced, but it is heavily affected and filled with people who are not ready to date and who are not healed enough to date. And I don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to contribute to that. So I decided that from January 1st, 2022 until January 1st, 2023, I would not be entertaining anybody. I would not be talking to anybody. I would not be going out on any dates, or anything like that. Now, I don't know about flirting. Because I gotta make sure I still got it, right? I gotta make sure I still got it. But I am actively not dating and being intentional about my singleness. And honestly, the more single that I am, the more single that I want to be. So I don't know if this will end in January of 2023. I just know that for this next year, I am not choosing to be with anybody, or actively dating. So I want to talk a little bit about how I got to this decision. So after my breakup, I started to take social media seriously like a month before my breakup, August of 20, no, yeah. So the month that I broke up with my last partner is when I started to take social media seriously. I started to put my all into it, and I realized that the potential that I saw in myself like could be realized. It could, like, my dreams could actually come true. I went from 4,000 followers to 10,000 followers in a month on Instagram, and that gave me the fire and the passion to continue going. And I know that the passion that I had for influencing and content creation would not have been the same if I was still in a relationship, because the energy that I was using to try to save the relationship and try to make it work, all that energy was now being used to make myself better and choose myself, and it was being used to uplift me, right? And so when I realized that all the energy that I was using to try to save something that wasn't worth saving could be used for good and could benefit me, that's when I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing this relationship thing no more. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Like, it's not worth it. And this is not to say that I still don't believe in love and that I won't find the right partner for me. But I will say that it made me realize there's so much out here for me to accomplish and just to go get, that a relationship right now in this season would just be a disservice to me and the other person. Like, it ain't gonna work for me. It ain't gonna work for me. And I also realized that everything that I felt like I was begging for in my relationship, I could give to myself. You know what I mean? Like, I realized that I was the missing piece. I hope that makes sense. I realized that I was the missing piece that I was trying to seek out in a relationship. So the love that I was trying to force somebody else to give me, I could give to myself. It's just that I wasn't aware that I could. I wasn't aware that I could love myself this much. I wasn't aware. I didn't know. And I'm huge on you don't know what you don't know. And now that I know that I don't have to look outside of myself for the things that I'm desiring, I realize I don't need a relationship to be happy or to be fulfilled or to be successful. Like, it's not a necessity, it's more of an accessory. And I feel like if more people looked at relationships like that, they would be more likely to succeed in relationships, if that makes sense. It's also been very interesting to tell people that I'm not dating, so I'll just give you guys a few examples of what I mean. So I told a family member that I chose to take the entire year off from dating, and they are an older family member, and they were just in complete shock. They were just like, what do you mean? Like, and they were just taken back as to why I would choose to not date. I wasn't shocked, but in the same breath I was shocked, because I feel like women have so many options and choices now that the older generation may not understand that everything really is an option. Like, being married is not mandatory anymore. Being in a relationship is not a necessity anymore. Like, you don't need a partner to do the basic things to have a successful and fulfilled life anymore. Like, I know for my great grandmother, during that age or era, you could not even open a bank account without a husband. So knowing that, and knowing that a lot of older people still have that mindset, I can see how they're like, honey, you should be married by now. You should be on baby number 2 by now. But in the same breath, it's just like, I have options, and I know I have options, and I'm going to choose what's best for me. As it pertains to men, it has been hilarious to tell people that I'm single and I'm not looking and I'm not dating. So I have so many experiences of telling men that I am not dating, not looking, just not interested. So the common response has been, well, when you do start dating again, I'll be here in 2023. Like, I'm waiting at the door. There's a whole roster of people waiting for me to be readily available again, and that scares me, because it's just like, when I tell you I'm not dating, my hope is that they just like, oh, I respect that, it's cool, like, on to the next woman, right? But a lot of people are just like, oh no, I'll wait. And it's just like, don't wait for me, because I'm not coming. I'm not coming, baby. I'm not coming. But that has been a common response. Just like, okay, well, I'll wait. Another common response has been, well, you haven't gotten to know me yet. Like, it's kind of been taken as a challenge, and I don't like that. I don't like it because it's just like, baby, you're gonna lose this challenge every time. Like, I'm not dating, including you. Like, I'm not going out to dinner as friends because you're not about to set me up. You're not gonna set me up. And I don't want to do that to you. You know what I mean? So that has been a common theme of men trying to challenge me to, well, you just haven't met the right man yet. And then when I told a lot of my friends that I was choosing to be single, they were just like, well, what if you meet the one this year? And I'm just like, you're going to have to wait till January 2023. Like, my mind is not changing about my decision. My mind is made up. I've been doing this I've been single for September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, for 8 months already. But intentionally single since January, so 4 months. I'm not surprised by the responses because anytime you're telling people about something that isn't the status quo, they immediately try to, you know, put their fears or their opinions or whatever onto you. And I'm just not the kind of person that subscribes to that, because it's just like, okay, that works for you. This is what works for me, you know? But yeah, it's been very interesting to tell people that I'm not dating and I'm not looking and I'm not interested, because they are so used to people always being on the look, on the prowl, I guess. But it's also been very fun. So let's talk about the fun part, I guess, of being intentionally single. I have gone on so many dates with my girls. I have done so many things. I went ziplining. I do brunch like every weekend with one of my girls. I get to do day trips with my girls. Like, I have just really been able to nurture my female relationships and with the women in my life, with all of my friends. And it's just been beautiful. Like, the love that I was seeking out with men, I guess, or in my relationships, like, I get that same love from my friends. I get more from my friends than I ever got in a relationship with a man. So, like, I've realized that I am living a more fulfilled life by choosing things that are serving me and choosing things that make me better and choosing things and people who want to be in my life. And I'm just surrounding myself with things and people that I love, and it feels good. It feels really, really good. It's a good life. It is a really good life, and I'm interested to see what else I learn on this journey of being intentionally single for the rest of this year. But another thing that I've learned is that I don't hold compliments in the same regard as I used to. From men and women. Like, when somebody else compliments me, it's just like, yeah, you're right. Like, I do look good, or I am smart, I am intelligent, or I am beautiful. Like, yeah, I know that. And not to say that I don't say thank you, but compliments don't hold any weight to me anymore, which I kind of find interesting, because compliments used to really boost my head. And one reason being that words of affirmation is one of my top love languages, but I used to hold people's opinion in more of a high regard, and now I don't. Like, to me, my opinion is the most important. And that's what matters. So how I see myself and my self-esteem, I think, is just skyrocketed because I'm not holding other people's opinions about me in high regard or in regard at all. Like, I don't care. And not to say that I don't value the opinion of people in my village or anything like that. It's just that it doesn't hold weight anymore. Like, when I get compliments on Instagram or in real life or whatever, it's just like, okay, cool, thanks. It's not like, oh my gosh, like, you know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. Like, it doesn't faze me in the way that it used to anymore. Like, I know who I am. I'm confident in that woman. And that feels really good, to not need external validation for who you are. Like, you know you're good without it. That is a different level of, like, I don't know, badassery. That's dope. That is really dope. I'm proud of me. I am proud of me. Okay. And also, if I'm being honest, it is really easy to be single in this day and age, because the men ain't men like they used to men. You know? they ain't meaning like they used to mean. And I don't know if I'm gonna wait for a new batch or if I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know, up my dating range. Like I told my friends, I was like, my new dating range is like up to 40. Like 30 to 40 is like that sweet spot for me, because I can't imagine dating someone my age. I just can't. I literally can't imagine. I cannot imagine. I dated older with my last relationship, and that wasn't old enough, obviously. So I just think that the woman that I am, I don't think I would end up marrying somebody my age. But we'll see. We never know. You never know. But all I know is the men ain't meaning how they used to mean. And it is very easy to choose not to date in this current dating pool. Let's just say that. But let me know your thoughts. I really want to know, are you choosing to be intentionally single? Why or why not? Make sure you leave it in the comment section below, because I love to chat it up with y'all. I want to hear your opinion. So you guys let me know what your current relationship status is, and if you're choosing to be intentionally single this year, why or why not, and we can chat it up in the comments. I will be in the comment section waiting for y'all, and I look forward to talking to y'all next Friday for FaceTime Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will catch y'all next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment how you feel in the comment section below, and always stay prayed up, stay motivated, and I will catch y'all next week. Bye y'all. 'Cause I'm a beautiful